Now that we know more about place value, we can actually use place value to add and subtract. For example, if we had 13 hundreds and we wanted to add that to 13 tens, if you're not paying attention to these like labels, you might end up getting 26. But let's actually look at this. If we are looking at 13 hundreds, we can actually then put 13 hundreds like this. Then, to record our 13 tens, we can record them like this. Using our knowledge of place value, we can then take these tens over to get 1,000. We can also take these tens over to make 100. So then we're actually ending up with 1,000, 4 hundreds, 3 tens, and 0 ones. Another way we can actually think about this, instead of writing out the dots if we wanted to, and if you're feeling good about it, if you look back and you noticed that 13 hundreds, you could think about that as 1,300, just like this. And 13 tens, well, you know that there's 3 tens, 100, and actually 0 ones. And if you were to combine these, you would then get the same number as 1,430. Here's another example. In this one, we have 236, which can be written like this. Having 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 6 ones. Then we can write 82 like this, having 8 tens and 2 ones. We can then combine these two to end up with a total of 8 ones. You can then combine all of these up into 10 tens, which would give us an additional 100, leaving only 1 10 left, and a total of 300s, which matches if we had just done 6 plus 2, 3 plus 8, which is that 1 that we have left over, and that 1 more that we're going to add here, which is that 1 there, to get a total of 318. This can also work in the same way as addition and subtraction. I can take 12 hundreds. So I can actually start out with knowing that 12 hundreds, I'd have 2 hundreds and 1,000. Now if I need to take away 37 tens, I know I need to take away 7 tens, but there's nothing here. So what I can actually do is I can take one of these and then come back over here and then make them 10. So in this case, I still have 12 hundreds, but I can also think about it as having 1,000, 100, and 10 tens. This then allows me to take away my 7 tens. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am left with 3 tens. Now I need to then take away 30 more tens, or 300s. Just like I did before, I can then take this over here and then make it 10 hundreds. So now that allows me then to take away those, just like if I were to actually write it out, having 12 hundreds minus 37 tens. So in this case, I didn't have to worry about my ones, but I knew I needed to decompose to end up with 3, which is how I ended up with that 1 here. I then took this one to decompose this 10 or unbundle it. Now I can then mark out my 3 that I needed. So 1, 2, and 3. I am now left with 8 remaining. So I end up with 8 hundreds, 3 tens, and 0 ones, or 830. Now you can try a few adding and subtracting problems using place value.